If you jumped into the game at any point during Season 17 and noticed that there was a lack of smugglers NPCs and hideouts in the Devil's Roar, you probably had the same question as I did. Why are they only in the other regions? But in yesterday's Insider patch, we saw 2 new smugglers NPCs added to the region, as well as 2 smugglers hideouts. Let's check them out. The first smuggler's hideout that was added can be found at Fetcher's Rest, sort of near the middle of the island, being shared with the same cave that already has the Gold Hoarder Vault. Heading inside, we can find that it's protected by fire traps, which is pretty on theme for the Devil's Roar, but also pretty cool because none of the other smugglers hideouts use this kind of trap. And you can also activate these from the inside of the smuggler's hideout with this lever, which I think makes for some great counterplay for trying to stop people from turning in items to the NPC. Once we get past that, we can see that it's a pretty spacious hideout, and pretty much what you'd expect a smuggler's hideout to look like after seeing all of the previous ones. But it's much more asheny, using more of the damaged kind of burned props that you would see in the area. Then in the middle, of course, you can find the NPC named Saltbone Elias. And although all of his current lines are subject to change since this is Insiders, his lines do seem to be fully voiced over, like all of the other smugglers NPCs, which is pretty cool. Moving on to the next hideout, we are traveling to Ruby's Fall. The next hideout can be found near the north scoopy part of the island, with the hideout once again being built into a cave that already existed. This one also has the same floor fire traps that can be manually set off by using a lever from inside the hideout. But one thing I noticed about this is that it doesn't really completely block off one side, so I don't know how well it's actually going to stop players. In the middle of this hideout, we can find another new NPC named Laughing Fox Lucia. Yes, Lucia.
My name is Lucia.
That's how she says it, so I'm going to assume that it's correct. But the thing I want to talk about here is that this hideout specifically looks incredible, and is probably my favorite even out of all of the ones that were already in the game. It just seems to have way more detail than all of the others. For example, this galleon window behind the NPC just looks amazing, and it really sets the scene. But credit where it's due, the Sea of Thieves team has always been great at making the environment in this game feel just right. And of course, we can't ignore the fact that there's also a full-blown shooting range here.